to make this decision, to risk her fortune and the company that's been her entire life, well, I think that's brave.
Katharine Graham is already an interesting figure outside of this particular story. Her book, Personal Journey, is a Pulitzer Prize-winning memoir.
Yes.
And it's always been commended for the honesty with which she dealt with her life.
Yes.
Were you attracted to her beyond just this particular incident as a character within American life?
Well, I have to say, I had not read the book before I was approached to do the script. And, but my friend, Nora Ephron, who was one of the smartest people I know, she always said, Meryl, this is the one autobiography you have to read because it's the best book, the best autobiography I've ever read. And she wasn't given to hyperbole. When I finally read it, I saw why. Because it's so layered a look at a particular time. It's very honest, but it's also just beautifully written. This secret strength this woman had.
Bradley and Graham both had the same kind of social background, but it seems that his struggle in this particular incident wasn't quite the same as hers perhaps because he was a man.
Yeah, definitely. I think definitely because he was a man, and he was extremely well traveled. He had gone absolutely everywhere, and she had always been either the daughter or the wife of the society empowered Washington Post and the Washington power structure. The unique thing here, I think, is that Ben saw no gender behind her. He certainly had an understanding of the pressures that was on her. She knew that her husband had committed suicide, that the greatness was thrust upon her. And perhaps he wondered if she was going to be able to withstand the onslaught of common sense that came from her entire team of advisors that said, whatever you do, don't put the paper in danger. There was a respect that he had for her, and I think they had for each other, that did not know the gender boundary, but. Hey man, it was a boys' club. I mean, there was Meg Greenfield and the reporter is played by Jessie Mueller, and those were the only women that were in the newsroom at the time. It's just simply the fact. It was that time.
I suppose when you looked at the material for this film, did the timiousness of it strike you immediately, and was it a central factor in deciding to do it because you didn't have much time to turn it over again?
You know, I had been so kind of overwhelmed by the power of the Kay Graham character in the script that the first thing I thought about was not the timeliness of the story. It was the timelessness of a woman coming into her own. The watershed moment Katharine Graham has when she finds her voice in 1971 when she was surrounded by men who just looked right through her and hardly noticed her in a boardroom or at the American Stock Exchange. And it was really her story and her relationship with Ben Bradley that caught my interest, which made the whole movie timeless.